And welcome back. Here we go. Our last guests are the executive director of the Woodlawn Conservancy and the artist that created the memorial to Marriage Monument. They're here to speak about how Woodlawn is commemorating the 25th anniversary of the memorial to marriage. It's a beautiful monument and the funerary art piece. They're going to be talking about that and much, much more. So please welcome to the show, Meg Ventrudo and Patricia Cronin. Welcome, guys.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again, too.
So the last time we spoke, you spoke about this wonderful artist.
Yes.
And all the things that she's doing at the Conservancy.
So Woodlawn is home to a remarkable collection of funerary art. And a lot of the sculpture and landscape design that was done here at Woodlawn were done by women artists. So, for example, Sally James Farnham made the monument for Irene and Vernon Castle, and Beatrice Ferran did quite a bit of landscape memorial to a marriage.
Quite a bit of what? Say that again?
Quite a bit of funerary art that's here at Woodlawn.
Okay.
And much of this art were made by female artists and female sculptors. And so it's great that we're celebrating the work of Patricia Cronin with her Memorial to a Marriage sculpture.
Patricia, we've been talking about you for a while now. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you very much for having me. It's really an honor.
How did you get involved with the Conservancy?
Well, a little over 20 years ago, I was on a Beautiful Women of Woodlawn walking tour that Susan Olson, the then director of the Conservancy, was giving. And I'd never been to Woodlawn. My father grew up in the Bronx, but I'd just never been there. And I saw all these beautiful mausoleums and sculptures, and I was completely blown away. And I, at that time, was working on this sculpture. And I thought, since I was designing it as a funerary, sculpture inspired by 19th century American art, I thought Woodlawn would be the perfect home. And it was just nice to go back to the borough where my father grew up. And also my then partner, who's depicted here in the sculpture, my now wife, her mother and grandmother grew up in the Bronx. So it was really nice that we know our final resting place is going to come full circle for both the Cass family and the Cronin family.
Yeah, wow. What's the significance of the Cronin Memorial to Marriage Monument? There's a lot of art in the cemetery, like you mentioned before, but what's the significance of that one?
Well, 20 years ago, when same-sex marriage was illegal, and there were also very few, almost none, of specific women honored in public monuments or LGBTQ plus persons honored in monuments, I thought, I just wanted to do something about it. I thought it was, just my legal situation was untenable. And civically, when I walk around public squares and parks, all I saw were, old men from a really long time ago that a lot of us didn't even know who they were. And I thought, the role of monuments in our culture is to inspire us to be our best selves, every day. And so I decided there would be these two specific women, Deborah and myself, were both artists, and we would be, also LGBT and, women in this monumental form on view through eternity. On our burial plot. I actually bought the plot on a pre-need basis, is what they call it, and it took me 3 years to pay it off. And now I know for eternity that's where the sculpture will live.
So Meg, people can call her and say, "Hey, I want some art done because I want to set it up for when I'm no longer here." How does that work?
Absolutely. And one of the great things about Woodlawn is the monumentation here. While it is aesthetically beautiful, there is some opportunity for some personalized monumentation, some personalized memorials. And you can see that in the different designs of the different mausoleums and the different headstones at the cemetery. So it's really fantastic that Woodlawn allows some individuality and a little bit of artistic beauty
Yeah,
in the monuments here at Woodlawn.
that's beautiful. Wow. And Patricia, can you maybe add like a holographic type of thing to it, where if you come to visit me and I'm no longer here, I can say hello, greetings.
Oh, that's
That would be
great.
different, right? But
That would be
people,
very. We could do a hologram or virtual reality or just an little audio story. I think that's a wonderful idea, Bob.
I was at a fundraiser and they had a hologram, and it was so my mind just started, you know, going. The light bulbs were popping all over the place. But yeah, a hologram
I think
in your
that's a
piece of
great.
work. Am I
And
going too
also,
far out? I don't know.
oh, you're right on target. And in fact, the first virtual reality LGBT museum is built around Memorial to a Marriage.
Yeah.
It is the centerpiece of the museum. So, you know, we're going into the 21st, 22nd century with all this new technology. So I think your hologram suggestion is on spot on.
All right, I want 10%.
You got it.
All right, there you go. Now, Meg, you're a history geek and a museum nerd, and you know
Yes.
everything about everything. So, Patricia, you're in good hands. So, anything else coming up that we should know about?
Well, if you join us this Sunday, we'll have a self-guided tour of the cemetery, going out to see some fantastic sculpture of women, by women, real life women, allegorical women. And we also have a few tree tours happening at the cemetery. And the first weekend in December, we'll do our very popular Illuminated Angels tour, where we light up the cemetery at night, and Charlie takes everyone through the cemetery. So at Woodlawn, we like to say we're more than a cemetery. We are a place for history, art,
Yeah.
culture, memorialization, and all of that in one great spot in the Bronx.
Yeah. For me, it's the first of its kind. I mean, we always thought a cemetery was just a cemetery where you go and you're quiet. You're just gonna go visit, loved ones. Uh, but this is a whole new thing. Not only for me. I mean, we started talking about this a few years back, but for a lot of people, this is new. This is brand new.
It is.
How can they
We're
get
also
more?
in
How can they find out
Arboretum.
more about what you're doing?
Great. Oh, you can visit our website, which is woodlawn.org. Very simple, woodlawn.org. And all of our tours and upcoming programs are listed on our website. And we're open every day for visitors, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Our security guards will give you a great guide map, and folks can walk around on their own too.
Yeah. How much more time do we have left? I want to ask one more question. Okay, 3 minutes. Patricia, are you working on anything else that we should know about? Because there's those hidden secrets you didn't let us know yet, but can we be the first to know?
Yes, well, I can share that I'm working on a series, and I can do a sneak peek behind me. There are these large Aphrodite combine paintings.
Uh-huh.
So it's still, very much about statuary and sculpture and history, but again, updating it with contemporary content so that we can, kind of use the past to think about the present and try to imagine a way forward.
Yeah. Wow. This is great. So everything right there, we can see everything that you're doing on the website. And are you dealing with social media also?
Oh, yes, I'm on Instagram. Twitter, I'm still on the fence about staying on Twitter. We'll see. But Instagram I am on, and Facebook, yes.
Yes.
Under Patricia Cronin.
And Meg?
Cemetery is on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, primarily Instagram and Facebook as well, where most of our content is. Great imagery of the cemetery can always be found at Woodlawn Sem on our Instagram page.
Meg, thank you for all the great work that you're doing there. Patricia, you too. We appreciate
Thank
you
you.
guys so much.
Thank you
Great.
so much.
All right.
Thanks, Bob.
Listen, I have about a minute. You want to share anything that I didn't ask about?
I just think now is a fantastic time to come visit Woodlawn. Our trees are in all of their great fall foliage. In addition to being a historic site, we are a national arboretum as well. And it's just a great time to really see all of the beautiful monumentation, including Patricia's sculpture, in a great fall setting.
Beautiful.
And I would just add, Woodlawn is a gem in all of the United States. It is a gem. It's a piece of American history, whether you're interested in jazz, Celia Cruz, I mean, all the entertainers and writers and politicians. It's a place for everyone. It is completely inclusive. Madam C.J. Walker, Herman Melville, I mean, Elizabeth Cady Stanton. I mean, they've just got Duke Ellington, Miles Davis. It's such a special place, and I just encourage everyone to, visit as often as you can. You'll learn something every time.
Thank you guys so much. Meg Ventrudo, Executive Director of the Woodlawn Conservancy, and Patricia Cronin, the Artist Memorial to Marriage Monument. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us right here on BronxNet.
Great. Thank you.
And we'll see you soon. Congratulations with all the work that you're doing, too.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. Once again, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, and you're checking out BronxNet. Happy to be here. Happy that you're here, walking toe-to-toe, elbow to elbow, side by side with us every time we're on. You can join our host, Kevin Arlene, Darren Jaime, Rena Valentin, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday for the new episodes of Open. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day, and always remember this. What you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. And remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you are right. So say you can, and you will. I'm the Doc Bob Lee. I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. I love you all.